What is up, guys? We are here for a very exciting video for you guys. We're at the Revive Gym, and we got my boy Justin here in town from Arizona. As you guys know, we talked about in the other videos, this is the beginning of my become a elite level sprinter. I'm just become transitioning out of bodybuilding as I've just retired, needing something different and new, and something to really motivate me to, you know, get a little downsized and something to keep myself challenged. And excited to train, you know, a new exciting challenge, something like that. So what I've trying to do is run real fast, or as fast as I can possibly run. And Justin here is going to help me with that, help me do it safely, help with all my gym work and everything to, you know, push me down that road to be as optimal and as optimized in my training everything as I can be. So we're here at Revive Gym today. What he's going to be doing today, I think, is just like assessment-based stuff, really, right?
Yeah, generally speaking.
Generally assessment, so as we go through it, he can explain what we're doing and we can kind of run through it all. But yeah, this is going to be interesting for both of us. I have no idea what we're doing. This is going to be stuff that is probably going to be a little humbling for me in some ways, but also very cool metrics to kind of see where I'm at with things. So yeah, let's get into it, and it's going to be fun. So I think what we're doing now, we're doing some, I'm not sure to be honest, we're going to find out in a minute, but what we're going to be doing today, I think is a lot of, like we said, assessment-based stuff, you know, some stuff like static strength in certain ranges of motion, you know, different dynamic tests, stuff like that, mobility stuff, so I'm not sure what we've got planned here, but we'll see in a second.
So first, basically I want to see what you can do with your feet, so just face towards me. This being your big toe, just lift your big toe off the ground. Ready? Now just do big toe down, other toe up. Okay. So you can imagine, like, if
I can do it on this foot.
If you were a football player and you're trying to improve your throw, right now that's like you going like when you try to throw, like you're doing a lower body dominant sport.
Yeah, I can't
and
even
your big toe can't even fire
the
way it needs to.
Yeah.
And you can lose almost 30% of force production just from weak feet.
Sure.
Also from an injury prevention, that's something we'll look at.
Yeah.
Go ahead and stand over here, I'll show you what you're doing. So we're going to start with a clap test. So fingers interlaced, 1 foot out, and you're just going to hop off. Okay. I want to get this pretty good. Okay, go ahead. Okay, good.
This is going to be an interesting one on this side.
So you're at least somewhat even side to side.
Okay.
So that's like a stress test, like an engineer would do on a chain to see what the weakest link is.
Yeah.
So in that case, adductor, external rotator to the hip, and VMO are the weakest links.
Sure.
So like, if we had 6 weeks and we had to improve you the most, those would be the strength areas that we would address.
Okay.
Usually we would go up higher to get even more of like a stressor.
Sure.
But that's,
I think we're good.
that's good, right?
We'll leave it that for now.
So let me try right now. And why did you say it's going to be interesting on the right side?
Because that was the ankle that I was feeling was a little sore.
Did you feel it?
I didn't. It didn't feel much worse, but I could tell that I was like tentative with it, you know.
Okay. So now we'll go a little bit more towards the mobility side. So overhead squat. When was the last time you did an overhead squat?
Never.
Never?
No, like 2008.
This is so biceps in line with the ears, feet out slightly.
Even looking at where he is, I'm like, there's no chance Mark's getting there. I'll be like here.
Yeah. And then bend at the knees first, low as you can, control, back up. And then knees bend first, and then go as low as you can. So already right side, external rotators are tighter.
Yeah.
So you have the issue with the right ankle, right? All of this, we're probably going to see way more issues on the right side, and it's just showing in the ankle. Get the deviation. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you just keep doing your thing. So, if you look directly from the side.
Like it's I want to drop this.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to go here. You know?
So do it again. So you should be able to dorsiflex from where your ankle is. Your knee should be able to travel 5 inches forward. Yours, I wouldn't even say is going past the toe.
Yeah.
So right now, risk of injury is extremely high.
Yeah.
Just dorsiflexion is a predictor of over 80% of lower body injury.
Yeah.
Do one more just so I can see that. Okay, go ahead. And we'll see when we go into the actual upper body portion if it's upper back weakness. It's likely just tightness.
Yeah.
But usually a bend forward is going to be an issue there with upper back weakness. But again, I'm trying to get a perfect picture of what are all the intricate details of your body, and then we'll program it specifically to you. We'll do 5-inch dorsiflexion test. So you'll go here, heel down, you'll put the knee down, and then I want you to reach your knee
with my heel down.
With keeping your heel down. Yep. Drop the other knee behind you, and then keep this down, and then reach the knee forward. Yep. And do you feel what you were talking about there, or no, not really?
A little bit there, but not too bad
A
actually.
little more on the outside.
That's about as far as I can.
Okay, go to the other side. So especially for...
I feel more tightness in there, but it's not painful, it's just tight. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That one's pass or fail, so as quickly as possible, we want to get you to a point where you're able to do that one. Everything else we can go into the office for.
When they feel like they can't do shit like that?
So don't worry. Like,
yeah, I had expected not to be able to do
it's just going to get better.
Do you want this flat?
So we're going to use the output for all of this stuff. Now we're going more into the length and tension testing.
Okay.
Go ahead and lay on your back. I'm going to go right side first. Yep. This is like a super fancy going on.
That's under tension for me.
Really?
Like this is just relaxed.
Okay, then go to where like you're standing. Now pull your ankle, pull the toe up towards your shin as far as you can. Okay. 19 degrees. Ideally that would be more like 45.
Damn.
So that's fine.
We're almost halfway there.
There's going to be lots of things like that, which is fine. Okay, so back to here. Okay, now plantar flex as far as you can. That's not bad. 48 degrees. 55 is ideal.
Okay, so not too far.
But likely, when was the last time you did like anterior tib or anything like that?
No, yeah.
You don't want big fronts of your shins in bodybuilding?
No.
But so that this is probably weak, which is partially why you're able to get such range there. But yeah, 48 degrees isn't bad. That's going to bite you in the ass though here in like 5 minutes when we get to the endurance test on that. So we'll go inversion next, so neutral. And then I want you to turn your foot as far as you can this way.
What, like this way?
So watch my foot. We'll call that 5 degrees. Okay, now you're going to do the opposite when I say not yet. So now you'll invert. Same thing. So now turn it in this way. Yep. Yeah, so definitely way more inversion.
Yeah.
Okay. Hands to your sides. Knees straight. Big thing is you need to keep the back of this knee on the table while keeping this straight. Dorsiflex. And then you're going to bring your leg up and back as far as you can. Go ahead.
So bending at the knee?
No, straight leg.
Just straight leg. Bring it back, keeping dorsiflexion?
Yep. That's straight. That's straight. Okay, 70 degrees. That I want it 135.
Okay.
So especially for sprinting, halfway, but that's not bad. Bring your knee up to my hand. Yep. And a 90-degree angle at the knee. Now we're gonna go ahead and do rotation. So you'll turn this way as far as you can while pushing into my hand. So push in, turn out. Okay, good. So that one's actually not awful. Usually I like to have people get about 45 degrees on that one.
Where was I there?
35.
Okay.
So that's not bad. And now we'll go opposite direction. Yep. That one you're shy by about 35 degrees. Okay. But not awful. Not awful.
You don't have to charge people for this, bro. It's a lot of feet content.
I'll put this on my
You're
own.
gonna have to blur it all out.
Yeah, blur it all out. Go and subscribe to,
See
my
the
feed
full
section to
footage.
see the full footage.
Yeah.
Pull, straight knee. 22. Okay, back to neutral. We're gonna go plantar flexion next. Go ahead. 43. So 5% discrepancy from the other side.
Yeah.
Now let's go E version. So this is the funky one where you're gonna turn out that way.
Okay.
Ready? Go ahead. It's better than the other side. Just keep your toes pulled up.
Okay. Try it again.
No, you're good. We'll go inversion. Okay, go ahead. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, now we'll go straight leg and bring it up and back. Push this knee down. Straighten. 85. So slightly more range on that level. But again, we were talking about the ankle. Like if you came to me for tissue work and you're like, oh, my ankle's hurting. Like most people would just treat around the ankle. Sure. But there's all these other things that are going on. This is just like what you feel is legit. Yeah. But your body, like what you're feeling is lying to you in a sense.
It's just like one link in a chain. That's
exactly. Okay, now we'll go hip. So push in and turn. Okay, that's not bad. Pretty close to the same on the other side. And then push in and go in. That one's not too bad.
What was that?
Slightly better, 75. Straight arms, pushing your back into the table, and shoulder flexion. Yeah. Push in, in my hand. More. Straighten arms. So that one, ideally, you want 180. Now, you're a sprinter.
Yeah.
So you could argue, like, oh, it doesn't matter as much. Yeah. But the action of the lat, the pec even, like, there's a lot of things that you're counteracting the force in your lower body with your upper body. Yeah. So it will have an effect on all of it. And just injury prevention, like if you're out with the shoulder issue, that's a big deal. Sit on the edge of the table. Good. Chest up nice and high. And then relax your arm completely just in. So this, ideally, I want back past vertical 45 degrees. Okay. So that's uber tight. Yeah. And the same thing. Chest up. That one's shy by about 35. Chest up. Way more.
That felt completely different on that side.
Way more.
Yeah.
So you haven't had any like right shoulder injuries?
None. No.
None? So there's two basic reasons that can be so tight. It can be an actual tissue issue where there's adhesions that we have to go in and release. Yeah. Or it could be a neurological inhibition. It's like we talked about this on the phone. If you have a fast car with terrible brakes on it, your brain's doing the same neurological inhibition. So let me get the range on this one more time, just so I can see where it's at. Chest up. So like I can get to here, and then the elbow starts coming forward.
Yeah, the other one felt completely different.
Lay on your back. So this is auricular therapy. If this gives us more range, it tells me it's not a tissue issue and it's more of a neurological inhibition. Hands to your side and palms up.
Palms up?
Yeah.
Or like this?
No, you had it.
Like that?
Yep, and then relax them on the table.
That's as far as I was like,
It's a super interesting rabbit hole. If you look up auricular therapy, there are acupressure points in your ear. So this one specifically for shoulder. And then again, if this doesn't move it at all, then it tells me it's more of a tissue issue. Okay, sit up again. And if it is, I just want to see tissue-wise what we're working with. So relax completely.
Oh yeah.
So the elbow goes forward, but now this is...
But it feels very different for me.
So there's a neurological inhibition, but then there's also a tissue. And you can even feel how tight that is.
I can feel it, yeah.
Pop your shirt off real quick and lay on your back. No injuries on this side. Yeah, that's a total god, man. That's great. Carries major, super tight, relax your arm completely. Subscap's a little tight, but it's not as bad. We're gonna do this real quick and see what kind of difference we can get. When was the last time you had ART?
2 weeks ago, maybe.
Okay.
But not. I don't think we worked on that last one.
Okay. What did you guys work on?
I was doing light stuff at the time.
Because you're doing the sprint stuff.
That, and then there was a little bit of like chest and arm work and stuff we did, but I don't think we got to lots.
How have your elbows been, by the way?
Well, I have one. I'll show you in a second. On this side too, so maybe I don't know if that's related, but.
It's very nice working with guys who have a bodybuilding background. Like pain threshold is so much better. So used to this stuff. Yeah. Some of the guys are like almost crying at this point. Okay, so one of the reasons why this has become an issue is your mid trap is weaker than we want and rhomboid. So this is a good like muscle test that we can do for it. I'm gonna check the other side real quick too, just see if there's a discrepancy. But for you with your strength, like what do you think you're pressing, like for a close grip bench?
Like for a 1 rep max?
Uh huh.
You could probably do 4 plates pretty easily.
Okay, so there should be more strength here to counteract. Okay, push up. And that's partial range as well. But on this side, it gives a little bit more.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the lower body muscle testing real quick. Straight leg and lift. Okay. Straight leg, lift. Okay. Bend the knee. Turn your foot in that way. Okay. Now you'll turn out that way. Go. Okay. Turn in that way. Go. Okay, so right side, this is a test for your popliteus.
Yeah.
Right side's weaker.
Yeah.
Popliteus is one of like 5 magic muscles in athletics that like, it can get real screwy. Okay, turn out. Okay, bent knee, lift up.
Lift what up?
Yeah, push your heel into my hand. Lift the leg off the table. Okay. So it's weaker, that's more glute, less hamstring. Definitely glutes are a little weaker. Okay, lift. And the right side was much weaker.
Yeah.
Much weaker.
I can feel the difference.
Lay on your back. Okay, push in up against my leg. Any pain there?
Nope.
In against my leg. No?
Nope.
Okay. So you're gonna resist me pushing down this way. So you're slightly coming up and in. Okay, ready? Go up and in. And grab the table to kind of brace yourself. Good? Okay, go up and in. Okay. Up and in. A little more up. A little more up. Ready, go. There you go. So that's not bad side to side. That's psoas. Have you gotten a lot of work done on your psoas?
A bit, yeah.
A bit?
Yeah.
Do you feel any pain when you do that?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing, no.
Okay. Let me just double check it. Now we'll go the performance portion.
Okay.
So it's a dorsiflexion endurance test, Sorensen test. We'll look at your trap 3 external rotator. When was the last time you did chin-ups?
Like wide grip or like?
Just like a neutral grip, like.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago? Yeah. Okay. So we'll see bare minimum what the range is. And then we'll go into the force plate stuff. And that should be it. But while we're in here, give me a rundown on like what your what diet's looking like right now, sleep, and supplements.
Like my diet's not overly consistent day to day. I'm probably eating like 4 meals a day. My first meal's been generally like 3 or 4 whole eggs. You know, maybe 250, 300 grams of Greek yogurt, like 0% Greek yogurt. Some kind of like sugar-free granola and blueberries maybe.
Okay.
And then I've been doing 1 meal that's like a wrap or 2 in like one of those flat out wraps, like the high fiber wraps. Maybe 2 of them, 1 or 2 of them with like 3 to 6 ounces, 3 to 4 ounces in each, sorry, like ground turkey or chicken.
Okay.
I'm putting like avocado and fucking cheese and shit in it and vegetables and stuff.
Okay.
Then I'm doing generally 1 meat and rice meal, probably 6 to 7 ounces of meat, with, if I had to guess, you know, maybe 8-10 ounces of carbs in there, maybe less.
Yeah.
And then I'll be doing one other meal that's either just like a fucking basic sandwich, like bread with like turkey or chicken, avocado, and then maybe a little more Greek yogurt with some berries with that.
Okay. Perfect. Supplements, you take a ton of different health supplements, so we'll just go over all that another time.
Yeah.
You've been doing track workouts 3 times a week?
Twice a week.
2 times.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay. So just based off the orthopedic, if we're looking at getting you to the sub 1100 meter time as quickly as possible, while mitigating injury, I wouldn't have you run for 3 months.
Okay.
Like at all.
Yeah.
It would be like, which you're your own man, so like.
No, hey, I do what I'm told. I'm trying to get there, so.
So, it's something that by you running right now, like with the ankle.
And even the running I've been doing, like, I'm not doing much running.
No.
Like, when I'm going out to those, I'm doing mostly, like, technical stuff, hip mobility stuff, like hurdle drills, you know, like fast feet drills, like A, B's, and C's, you know, like, more strength and conditioning stuff.
Okay.
And if I am running, I'm talking, like, I might do 50 meter strides at 70%, 50 meter jog, 50 meter strides, 70%, you know, like maybe 10, 15 of those, but honestly, not that much,
Okay. Yeah.
That's the most I've done, yeah.
Again, in a perfect world, you wouldn't, but it sounds like we can kind of play with it and we should.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I can go out there and do the drills and stuff and not run. Like, that's fine for me.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of structural balance stuff that we're going to have to do first.
Yes, sure.
And your tissues right now, for the last, how many years have you been competing?
15.
15. So for the last 15 years, you've been training in a moderate intensity, being the percentage of the 1 gram.
Yeah.
Moderate intensity, the speed of contraction is slower, the rate of force development is slower.
Sure.
There's not as much stretch shortening or anything like that.
Yeah.
So right now you've basically trained your body to do the complete opposite of what a sprinter would do.
Yeah.
Which is exciting for me. Like I love stuff like this because it's like. So I was telling you about like Christian Thibodeau and Ben. Like they're like, I've never seen anyone do that. So it's gonna be really cool to see you do it. Like it's gonna be legit because we will do it. Like it'll happen
for sure.
But yeah. So that being said, there's gonna be a lot of like stepping back, like with like have you done like long duration ISOs, like
no
2 to 5 minute holds?
0.
Like they're brutal.
0,
But it's one of the fastest ways that you can restructure a tissue. I actually just started implementing it in the last year and a half with a lot of my football guys, especially, and like the change in their tissues is the fastest.
So like, give me an example of something like that. Like,
so you'd be like on a plate. We'll probably do it tomorrow. We'll see though after I look at all this. But you'd be on like 2 plates. You'd get down into a split squat. You're holding
where the knee's not on the ground.
Knees not on the ground. You're just holding this position.
Stay there.
You're shooting for 5 minutes. But realistically, like the first time someone does it, they're 20 seconds into their.
Yeah, if I could do a minute, I would be very surprised. Yeah.
So, but again, the way that it remodels the tissue is really extreme.
Cool.
But it'll be stuff like that. It'll be a lot of mobility stuff, lots of stuff for hips, ankles, feet. You're going to be doing a ton of feet stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely, I know I need that.
People love seeing that too, all your foot stuff.
Yeah, we'll have that, yeah. Subscribe to my paid content for more of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so we can pop out to the gym for these other portions.
Should I keep these off or?
Yeah, if you're allowed to do shoes off. Yeah. And in all the muscles that plantar flex your foot, they should, from a strength and endurance standpoint, be able to go through that full range that you just exhibited for 15 to 20 reps, like for a healthy student.
Okay.
So we're going to use the output. It's going to tell me how many degrees of plantar flexion you get on each rep. We'll go unilateral. Yeah, and so like most likely, this being your first time and with the extra body weight caps, you're going to hit like 30 degrees on the first one and then drop. But it'll be a good marker to see over time. Sure. This onto your right. So you can go here and then I don't know, put your hand on here. Yeah, that works. So you're gonna go up on the right foot. So you're using your right foot.
I'm standing on this one.
Single leg calf raise.
Okay. I can touch the wall?
You can touch the wall, but I want straight knee the whole time and glutes locked. So you're just gonna do 20 reps. Even if you're like doing this by the end of it, I want 20 reps there. And try not to use your resistance. Just chin up. Stay ready. Other foot off the ground and then go. So you actually get 48 on one. You get 48 on your first one. So you keep your range. So that's good. Keep going, keep going. Good, keep going. 10 more, 10 more. As long as it takes 9, 8. Yeah, keep going. Good. Try not to use wall. Yeah. Do one more. Good. So this will show me your average range actually wasn't awful. You hit 45, so you had a drop off, but you can see the ranges within, or that's the speed of contraction. But the degrees all in log, all of this, it's hot that to your other foot. So this just, the assessment gives us a clear picture of why it's connected, and then we can manipulate it and optimize.
Sure. Cool.
I mean,
So you keep this on or?
no, pop that off. So that will be a good range for the Sorensen, but I'm going to pop this 3 or 4. So just hands across your chest, reaching the chest out and trying to get the stretch in the hamstrings, and then at the top, you'll hear me say the term a lot while we're going through this process. D to B, dick to belly.
Okay.
So at the top it's dick to belly.
So like this way in?
Pelvis.
Okay.
So you go down, chest out, and then at the top is DB.
Okay.
Okay. DB at the top. Yep. Just go ahead and bring 7. Chest out. 6. Feel what you're
Squeezing my ass as hard as I can, yeah.
Which is good. Which is good for bodybuilding, of course. But I mean, you know, like it's not like you didn't come from the athletic world. Like now it becomes more the load that you can move and the angles that we're doing it in. 90 seconds rest. Yeah, Sorensen test.
So we're gonna hold
So
that.
2-minute hold, and we're seeing.
That's parallel.
Yeah, so that's structurally balanced and the strength endurance in your erectors. So hamstrings, glutes, erector spinae, everything up the low back. 2 minutes is you're good. That's like the minimum that we want.
There's no chance. Okay. We're trying. We're going for it.
But what I don't want to happen is you getting into this position, the hips start to go and you're arching your back. You try to hold the position. If this is the top position, as soon as this starts to break, the test is over.
Okay.
Give it about another 60. Give yourself some.
This is gonna be interesting.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun. The anticipation. But this will be a nice intro to the longer duration videos. This is a yielding ISO. This is a little bit more aggressive than what we would do in other cases. But like with some of our guys that we just had this off season, they would do movements like these with like a maximal load for like 20 seconds. Yeah. So we load you up like snatch grip with a barbell, and then you're holding the position. 2 minutes, again, very strength endurance space, but like once we get you fixed up, things like these we'll use to with the different phases in your sprint, we'll use it to strengthen different portions.
Sure.
Shake start. There we go. Go. You're at 50. Yep, keep the knees locked, squeeze the glutes. Keep holding. Yep. 65 seconds in. You're in a good position. No, that's a good position. Hold. Okay, keep the breath. You're a minute 15. Try to keep the toes straight towards the ground. There's a minute 30. Keep the breath. Great position with the hips. That's good. Maintain that. Maintain that. That's good. Minute 40. That's good. So for your first time doing that at 260, that's pretty good.
That's tough on the hamstrings there. Fuck.
Oh yeah, they're ready to explode by the end of that.
Yeah.
That's real good. That's not bad at all.
It was funny. It started. I'm like, oh, I feel I can do this. And you said 20 seconds. I'm like, I swear I did 45 fucking seconds. This guy's fucking lying to me.
That's usually how it goes.
I just did Sorensen test, like holding in that for trying to get 2 minutes, like in a change. I made a minute 40, but that was fucking hard.
The crazy part is we've got like 65-year-old women that do that for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Which again, they're not 260.
I was like, I got a little more weight, but still, that's crazy.
Of course,
Yeah.
but like that's the norm, right? Let alone sprinting and doing like maximal force production. That's a really good spot to be at. But 140 is not bad at all.
Yeah. That's good. It's a good start.
Okay, let's go over and check your track. It's just going to be a frontal Scott bench external rotation. I just want to see the range that you can get.
Okay.
Step high, arm up against the pad, and then elbow right.
Okay.
Bring that down. Yep, and then back up. You can get up a little higher. Yep.
Yeah.
Do 3 reps. Go. 1. Let's go other side. So right now we're just warming these up, and I want to see kind of what the equivalent of an A-frame would be. Okay, ready? Sit down. And do you feel any discomfort with this? Not even on the right side?
A little bit in my rear delt, I can feel like a little, but it's not like deep. But it feels a little pinchy.
If who is it that you're seeing tomorrow? What's his name again?
Marley.
If he can work your Terry's minor and major, make a huge difference. I'll grab you a different dumbbell.
I got a wicked fucking glute hand pump now, that's for sure. A minute and 40 seconds.
So, your knee supported external rotation should be 9.8% of your biochromial grip bench, so like a slightly wider than cluster bench.
Okay.
Guess where yours is at right now?
For 1 rep.
For 1 rep. Even give me a rep and I can figure out what it is per rep.
I could probably do 405 for 2 or 3 right now, maybe.
Okay. So
I don't know. That might be overshoot, but yeah, probably. I think I can do 4 plates for definitely for a single.
okay, let's pretend you can do 435.
Okay. Yeah.
You should be able to do this for 8 reps with a 4010 tempo with I didn't say that yet. A 43.5 pound dumbbell. Okay. You should be able to do that. So that's structurally balanced in your external rotation.
That sounds like a wild amount of weight. What was that I was just doing? Did you see? That was 20. So another like 2 point whatever times that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening. Maybe for a single, but I don't think for 8 reps. We'll find out.
So arm a little back. So you track, press, and then straight arm. Up. And then back out. So the left is fine. What's the right? That's not bad. One more. You got 15, and let's see what happens when you have those. Just a double, and let's see. Go quick up. Good, now go a 4 count down.
4 count down.
And 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3. So the range is already getting short.
Yeah.
So your track 3 is definitely the priority here. That also is 9.8% of biochromial grip.
Okay.
So you should be able to do it with like a 43.5 pound.
15.
In theory, yeah. Okay, let's see what the right looks like. The track and press. Yeah, so when it's just that shortened position. Okay. So definitely trap 3 is going to be the main thing that you want to play with. Yeah, that's good. Okay, other side. And honestly, that's
still feels pretty light. The only thing I feel I have this is equal. Yeah. So that 10 there just one of those kind of things. I feel a bit of pressure there. There?
Yep. Go chest to bar. Are you able to get it to touch or no?
That's as high as I can get, yeah.
And so you start leaning back. That's like a telltale sign of.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my chest higher. Yeah.
When you usually when you do chin ups, do you feel like you're not able to hold this straight up? So there you start going back. That's another sign of adhesion between Terry's major and Terry's minor.
Yeah.
So definitely having worked that out.
Okay.
We don't need to do a test on that.
Okay.
What it would be, the norm, is we would have 10% of body weight, additional load, and we'd see how many reps you can get with a pause at the top, 2 down.
What's like good for that?
Like 11 to 13.
Oh yeah, okay, no.
Yeah.
I maybe could do 11 to 13 body weight with that form. I think one thing you'd be good at is doing the pull-ups because I've done those my whole bodybuilding career. But even those I ain't doing right, so it's good.
I gotta warm up your
offline. You don't want to be directly in front of me because that's my fastest. Yes?
like $10,000 scales.
Yeah.
And it just like every jump or pull or whatever
Everything
it is
it
that you
measures.
do, it gives me 74 different metrics.
Yeah.
And then it graphs it all out, and then I can program based off of it.
Even if I miss.
So what you'll do on this, again, hands on hips, and then just you'll stand still, and then when I say go, it's down and up, high as you can, land. So I'll give you 3 tries.
But hands stay on hip.
Yeah, hands stay on hips. I don't want to see how efficient you are at using your arms to propel yourself. I just want to see your body force. I'm not having you do this facing towards the mirror. It throws, it can inhibit your neurological efficiency.
Yeah, so they came off to like, no, I'm scared in the air there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So 0.44. So this is all in meters. Great. And yeah, yours was 0.44, which honestly is not bad.
Well, I got to beat down the next one.
Daryl Bowman, so he was the, I think that was Super Bowl 50 something. He was with the Chiefs running back.
Yeah.
When he came in, he hit a point like 4.2.
Okay.
So he's trapped.
Yeah.
So you beat a Super Bowl running back.
We're getting 0.5 on this one, boys. Let's go.
But it'll go way up or down. The weight will come down.
Yeah. If I have 0.3 again, we'll be at 5.
Counter movement depth is 0.41 meters.
What's
so
that?
the counter movement depth, so how low you're having to do it.
Yeah.
So really good athletes.
Do you want to go lower?
Well, you're just jumping as high as you can,
Okay.
whatever that means to you. But super gifted athletes, like I have a high jumper right now, when he does it, it's like, like he barely goes down, like the stretch reflex.
Yeah.
We'll go one more time.
Okay.
And the that's a really good number. We'll land it on. So now we're going to warm up your mid-thigh overcoming ISO. So we're going to do what's called a dynamic strength index. So by comparing the peak force in newtons that's produced on the counter movement jump, comparing that to a mid-thigh overcoming ISO pull, peak force in newtons, we can see what type of strength quality you're most efficient in, and in turn, what you need most for your sport.
That wasn't as bad as I thought. 147, if you're saying people doing like 0.6s is really good. I'm not terribly disappointed with that. But it's scary. You're jumping up there and I'm back onto these things. It's like, oh my God, like the first one I wanted to put my hands down, you know?
It'll just be right there. We'll warm it up. So honestly, no mind is like 8 reps.
Just for a deadlift?
Just deadlift.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just 8 reps. Just relax, like off the pin slightly. Okay, pull. Head back down. One more. 50%. Okay, good. 60%. Then you're going to go 75%. Then we'll go about 90%. And then we'll bring the. Oh, you meant the plates like
Yeah,
that?
stand on them. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and then we'll bring the plates in and then we'll actually test it. Thank you. Ooh, the raw
We got the
straps.
Raw Nutrition. Cody and Raw Nutrition. Shameless plug.
Yep.
I'm pulling against these.
So you guys are just going to stand
One on each side.
Okay, so again, you'll go up to right below.
Does it matter where I stand on these?
No,
Okay.
doesn't matter at all. Dead still right below it.
Okay.
Then when I say go, then you apply force as quickly as you can. It's a 4-second pull, 100%.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
But don't go until I say go.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Right below it. Chest up, chest up. Okay, ready? Dead still. Go.
Wait. Sorry.
Oh!
Sorry.
Get me all hyped up.
Sorry. I felt like I was in the right spot.
Okay, you feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, dead still. Go. Lift it, lift, 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 lift. Good. So you're 5,200 newtons.
5,200.
5,200.
Oh, we gotta get better at that.
So we're looking at relative peak force. So it converts your body weight to newtons. That in relation to the amount of newtons that you're producing.
Okay.
That's actually not bad. You're 381%. Usually like 350 to like 390
Okay.
is what we're looking at.
Okay, so I'm in there.
So that's not bad. The left to right peak force, that's off by 13%.
Which side's pulling more?
Left.
Yeah. Okay.
So again,
Yeah.
so we were just talking
Again,
about
yeah.
your right side.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So these are all making sense.
So
here.
I don't want anything higher than like a 3% or
Okay.
something like this.
Okay.
So risk of injury is way, way higher.
Yeah.
Again, painting the picture of why I want
If
to
you guys want to go to the set or something, you can go and come back. You good? Okay.
I want you to rest for at least another 90.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not going to be a good rep.
Yeah.
So rest 90.
You okay to weigh in there?
Yeah.
I can maybe pull 2 newtons.
Okay, chest high, dead still. Go! Lift, lift, come on, come on, come on! Down. 5,600 newtons.
It's a little better.
5, 6, 7, 4. So we're talking 200 newtons more, which is like, what is that? That's about 50 pounds more force.
Okay. Cool.
That's
A little better. Thank you guys.
That's good. Yeah, thank you. And then I'll look back, I'll take all the information. I have to do a bunch of calculations. Everything, see how it all interacts with each other. But we'll look at the force produced here, the force produced on the stump, the dynamic strength index. I'll kind of map out like all the different things you had discrepancy-wise.
Yeah.
And roll out one.
Cool.
And then tomorrow we'll hit kind of like an example of a day that you would do.
Cool.
Usually it's a much longer process to
Sure.
build out the whole program because I'll write it out for at least a 12 to 24 week phase.
Okay.
But for tomorrow we'll have something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that's good, man. Everything's real good.
Yeah, that was fun. Okay. I think that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is probably some cool stuff, to see kind of where I'm at starting this. There's a lot of different testing from, mobility stuff, the static strength, the explosivity of jumping on the force meters. So really cool.